who live in a pineapple under the sea. SpongeBob, SquarePants, and pours the sea. SpongeBob, SquarePants. So I finally finished SpongeBob Bow for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. No, I did not get every golden spatula. That dream sequence level is AIDS. But I will say that I remember playing the exact same game as a kid, and I will say that the remaster is wonderful. It is 1-to-1, almost in its entirety. It's a little more forgiving, I think, with some of the mechanics I found, especially with the final boss. Once you, in the old game, you used to have to, knock out, some breakers in the final boss's brain. But once you broke one, you were like the checkpointing system in like terms of like where you have to restart is a lot more forgiving, which, if I'm being completely honest, is actually desperately needed. The game was surprisingly punishing with its checkpoint system in a lot of ways, and them doing this was a benefit. The game itself, it's for those who are unaware, the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated is a remaster of a shovelware game platformer from the PlayStation 2 era, and the original game itself was very competent, not buggy, at least in my experience, and was a competent, good platformer, 3D platformer, very fun, lots of diversity of environments, and and they did a really good job of introducing you to new things with time. Stellar, no notes. And they basically give the game an upgrade, they give it a new coat of paint. They also gave it a multiplayer mode, which I played with a while ago with a friend of the show, No.2 Brian. You can find him at No.2 Official, I believe, on YouTube. And which is a 2-player platformer where you have a fourth robot. You have the 3 robot bosses. You have Robot Sandy, Robot Patrick, Robot SpongeBob. But here they had it a Robot Squidward. Out in the middle of Goo Lagoon, you're fighting a giant robot Squidward, and it's a kind of a time trial thing. You can die as much as you like, but it's just you're on a timer to see how quickly we beat it. It's entertaining if you want to play it with somebody else. Is okay, but certainly better for couch co-op. But it's not really necessary. It doesn't really add anything extravagant to the game, if I'm being patently honest. But that's neither here nor there. In my I will say though, the overworld is really, really nice. It they kind of it makes you feel like you're walking around Bikini Bottom on some level, and I like that, and they've really brought that back, and it just makes you kind of I remember being as a kid, tacitly exploring the levels and experiencing things, and I think that them bringing that feeling back was really, really good. You play as 3 characters primarily. You primarily play as SpongeBob. Sometimes you can swap out to Patrick. Other times you can swap out to Sandy, depending on what the level has on offer. They have a bunch of little mini-game types of things, mini-game types of levels. They have the surfing levels where multiple different types of objectives need to be completed, from getting spatulas, completing the course, completing the time trial, and knocking out these snow sandmen that exist in as well. The 3 and they're to different levels of difficulty. You can go through as both Sandy and SpongeBob, and doing so allows you to secure different objectives. There's different zones. You can also explore Jellyfish Fields, the Flying Dutchman's the graveyard, where the Flying Dutchman, you can fight him as a boss. You have you have the dreams zone, which is a very difficult area where you can go into different people's dreams and solve different things there. It's not an easy level, if I'm being honest, and I don't think of it very fondly. I think about the Sandy level, which is very Texas themed, and also it's a surfing level, along with a swinging level where Sandy will swing along, has to grapple with her rope and stuff. It's interesting. I'm not against it necessarily, but it's just it's a lot. It can be a lot. But moving away from that, the first initial zone, the Jellyfish Fields, is perfectly fine. Boss fight that's kind of like telegraphs what the mechanics to do it are kind of are, and that's kind of the thing. There's like no punishment really for death in this game. It's just it's genuinely a game for kids. I would give this to like my nephew, my 6-year-old nephew, and say have fun. It's fun. It's a fun game. It's got G-rated ish humor. It's very SpongeBob-esque. I really can't say anything negative about it. It's genuinely a good game. Do I wish that there were some stakes maybe with death? Sure, but like with how cheesy like you can like and how like scummy like some deaths can be, the fact that like the worse you'll be is like just a little bit for behind and like everything respawns is not terrible. If you lost like your shiny collectibles or something like that during death, I feel like a lot of the things that would normally enrage you in the game or would be leading to enraging you are like don't as a result because of again there being repercussions for death. Also, if you wanted to not experience really too much of like other aspects of the game and just wanted to farm a bunch of shiny objects and just get and like unlock some areas that way, that's also feasible too. Like you have these little things called shiny objects that you end up collecting. They look like the like imagine like when you look at the sky in so SpongeBob show, like the little flowers, that's what it is. Like they're basically like look like that, and you collect a bunch of them just by existing. You piss in the wind and you'll collect shiny objects. It's some of them can be used to like unlock other avenues. It's your ability to collect them doesn't really help or hinder your progression. It helps your progression because you have to collect these things called golden spatulas, and these golden spatulas are functional to the same to how power cells worked in Jak and Daxter. Like you have to collect a certain number to unlock certain areas. You don't lose them per se. You just it's just like once your number hits a certain amount, you're able to do certain things, and that's good. I don't really like the concept. Excuse me. Of you losing these really hard things to get because as the game gets on, like you need, I believe, 90, either 75 or 95, probably 95 golden spatulas to be able to fight the final boss and finish the game. And if you had to like spend golden spatulas, I think that would be terrible. But again, you don't have to, so it's a boon. There's really not too much else I really need to say on the matter of SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. It's just a fun platformer. If you like fun platformers and you like collectathons, I definitely think this is the way to go. They have a really, really handy guide that tells you like what spatulas you still need to collect on the map screen, and teleporting around is relatively easy. The dialogue is excellent. I think they got the voice line, the original voice lines, to come back for it too. So, voice wise, it's fine. I have no issues whatsoever with any of the choices that were made. It's just a fun platformer, and if you like fun platformers, it's definitely a pickup. Anthony, Anthony, one of my good friends, who's probably going to listen to this when it comes out, definitely want to give the multiplayer thing a shot with you and see what you think. But aside from that little tidbit, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. I genuinely appreciate you, and I appreciate you spending your time with me. If you are at all inclined, please consider joining my Discord at discord.gg/HImedia. We have a fun little community, and I'm very proud of it there. And please, and I also, I'd love to chat with folks. So Thank you so much for coming and kicking it. I appreciate you bunches. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone, and thank you for listening. Doodles.